Hello, my name is Yvonne, and I'm the creator of the Facebook group page JK Lifestyle and Travel. Today, we're meeting with Kevin. He's from Kevin's Loving Vibrations. Kevin is a psychic. He has a YouTube channel and it's called Kevin's Loving Vibrations. Kevin also gives readings. Hi, Kevin, how are you?
I'm good, Giovanni. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Kevin, I was just wondering, when did you know that you were a psychic?
You know, I was very sensitive as a child, but I don't think I considered it being psychic. It actually scared me. Um, for me, I kind of shut it off for a little bit just because it was very overwhelming. And it wasn't until I was, more of a young adult and I was just very um, what's the word? I feeling very sensitive. I identify more as an empath, so I'm really good at feeling energies around situations and people. So I
Mhm,
guess it was like my young adulthood that I realized that, I was pretty sensitive and then was working on developing it a little bit more.
mhm. I was just wondering, and you did answer the question.
Mm,
Sometimes when you're a child and you feel certain things, and maybe there's no reason for you to feel it, um, you just pick up. You're sensitive to what the energy and expression, the atmosphere in a room. And as a child, you wouldn't be able to decipher what that meant.
exactly.
Mhm. When did you start giving readings?
Well, around 2015, I started to learn tarot. And with that, I picked up a couple clients along the way as I was learning. But I just felt really drawn to learn. And I don't even think I really realized at that point that I was psychic. I'm just more sensitive and intuitive.
Mhm.
And it really wasn't until, I'd done readings, tarot readings, and everything like that. When COVID hit, I was unemployed from my job.
Mhm.
So with that, I was unemployed for a year and a half, and I had a lot of time to really do some reflecting and inner work. And I was being drawn to do Reiki, which is energy healing work. And with that, it's just like a raise of your vibrations. And I realized, my gifts were really developing because that connection was more compatible with my guides with the Reiki. So that's when I really started to do a lot more readings and even start my channel because I was very shy and introverted, but my guides had told me I needed to start my own channel. I do mostly politics, but to help calm people down because there's so much craziness going on in
Mhm.
the world.
Mhm.
And so yeah, if it wasn't for the Reiki, I probably wouldn't have started my own channel or doing a whole bunch of readings like I've been doing. But last year I've been doing a lot of readings.
Mhm. When you do readings for people,
Hmm.
does that affect you?
It can if I allow myself to get connected, but I'm really good about grounding my own energy and putting up some protection around me just so things don't cling on. Sometimes people's energies they tend to like cling on, especially for an empath.
Mhm.
So if I keep myself grounded and put up some protection around me, I don't notice it too much. Sometimes I have to sage a little bit, and I can clear energy with my Reiki healing as well. So
I was going to ask you, do you consciously block it out?
I try not to during a reading because I just like to let the energy flow. But if I pick up on something, not particularly good or, something a little bit negative, I am pretty good about after the reading really cleansing my energy with either Reiki or I like to burn sage.
I was going to ask you, how do you do that? Do you use what they call crystals?
I do have crystals, yeah, and I do have some for protection as well.
Okay. What are some of the things that most people ask you about? when they come for a reading?
For a reading, well, like I said, my channel is a lot of politics. I do a lot of that and spiritual questions, world event stuff. But for a private reading, a lot of people like to know about their love life, career, their health, their family stuff. I would say that those are the most common.
Mhm. I noticed that your number of subscribers,
Mm.
subscribers have been growing.
Yes. I've had a lot of help with some wonderful people that I've been working with that have really got my channel up there. I haven't even been on YouTube for a year yet, and I'm over 3,000 subscribers. So it's been a lot of help from a lot of wonderful people.
Who are some of the people that you've been collaborating with?
Mm. Well, I would say the biggest help was probably Mel Dorr. He's a psychic from Chicago, and he does a show with Linda G every week, and she's very well known in our community as a political psychic. Some other people I've been mentoring. Her name's Deanne, and her channel's Deanne Shield Maiden Tarot, and I just think she has wonderful energy, and I think our energies complement each other really well. Those have been the two biggest ones so far, but I've worked with a lot of people in our community. I like to meet new people.
If I asked you to make some predictions now,
Hmm.
would you do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Do you have any specific questions or?
Let me see.
All right.
Okay. How do you think it's going to turn out in Ukraine?
In Ukraine, yeah. It's very sad what's going on over there. There's so much devastation and all those poor people. Um, I think that it's gonna take them a long time to rebuild after this is all over. I don't feel like it's gonna be necessarily a very long conflict. Timing's a little hard to pick up, but if I were to guess, I would probably like say 6 months to a year. I don't really foresee it happening too much longer than a year. And I think a lot of the reason why it stops is, um, for entertainment purposes only.
Mhm.
You got to put that in there. I don't think Putin's going to be around for very much longer, whether that's he's imprisoned or people come after him. And I think once Putin's out of the picture, I see that the escalation really starting to die down in Ukraine, but it's going to take them an awfully long time to rebuild.
Okay. Do you see the politicians that we have in the offices now that they will come together and work more like a team?
Mm.
And
It's
that
going to
way
take,
it would
go
be
ahead.
better for the American people.
Yeah. It's really going to take some time. And I've been saying this for a while. Probably within the next decade, we're going to have a multi-party system. I do feel like the Republican Party is starting to fracture, and I think it will turn into two-party system. And even the Democratic Party, it's going to take some time, but I see them going in two directions as well. The more progressives and the more moderate candidates. Now, we have a lot of chaos in office right now, and nobody wants to come together and work together. And I see that being the case for probably the next couple of years, but I would say probably in the next decade, 5 to 10 years, there's going to be a lot more bipartisanship and people coming together.
Mhm. Kevin, that's pretty much all I have today.
Mm.
I just think you're a marvelous person, and I just wanted to spend some time talking with you. And I was glad that you consented to do so. You didn't have to. I mean, you have a number of subscribers, you're meeting with other psychics, and you still took time to meet with me, and I appreciate that.
Of course. And Yvonne had a reading with me. I think was it last year?
Mhm.
And I think it was a half an hour reading, and me and Yvonne got along so well. We were talking for like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah,
So, I just really appreciate all the support that you've given me and my channel. And I like to give back and help others as well. So I enjoyed not working, but this interview together today.
thank you. And this
Yeah.
is Kevin from Kevin's Loving Vibrations. That's the name of his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kevin.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, bye.